In this video, we have two polynomial equations to solve, and we can solve these any method. You can use synthetic division, trial and error, try factoring. Now for the first one, I'm going to bring everything over to one side. So I've got 3x to the third plus 12x, then minus 5x squared minus 20. And I'm going to try factoring by grouping. The first two terms, I can take a 3x out. Take a 3x here. It'll leave me with x squared plus 4. Second two terms, I'm going to take out a negative 5. That'll leave me with x squared plus 4. And notice I have a common factor here of x squared plus 4 for these two groups here. If I take out the common factor of x squared plus 4, that'll leave me with 3x minus 5. We got one side is 0. The left side, we have two factors, so we can set the two factors equal to 0. We know the product of two factors or more equals to 0 if one or more of those factors is 0. So setting this equal to 0 and isolating the x squared, we have x squared is equal to negative 4. Take the square root of both sides, plus or minus the square root, so it'll be plus or minus, and the square root of 4 is 2. And of course that'll leave me with a negative, the square root of a negative 1. That's going to be your I. So from that equation, we get two solutions, plus or minus 2i. Now from this one here, set 3x minus 5 equal to 0. Isolate the 3x, we get 3x is equal to 5. And then divide by 3 here, we get 5/3. So the solution to the first one is plus or minus 2i and a positive 5/3. Now the thing about polynomial equations, if you do the algebra, the basic arithmetic that you have to go through to get the solution, if you don't make mistakes with the basic calculations of the algebra and the arithmetic, they're going to check. Not like a radical equation where you get extraneous solutions. Here, you're not going to get extraneous solutions for polynomial equations. The only way you'll get something that doesn't check is if you do the calculations incorrectly. So this is the solution to the first one. Now for the second one, we have x to the fifth is equal to 4x to the third. The thing you don't want to do here is divide both sides by x to the third and say, okay, this is equal to x squared is equal to 4. And then take plus or minus the square root of that and get is equal to plus or minus 2. Because you throw in part of the solution away when you do that. So you never want to divide both sides by a variable, because that variable could be 0. So what you want to do is bring everything to one side. Got x to the fifth here. Take the 4x cube over, so this will be a minus 4. X to the third. That's equal to 0. And then you have a nice basic factorization here. Take out an x to the third. We get x squared minus 4. So that product is equal to 0. And of course, this factors into x minus 2 and x plus 2. So this is fifth degree polynomial here, polynomial equation. So you expect to have 5 solutions, and some could be repeated. So in this particular case, from x minus 2, we get one possible solution of 2. From x plus 2, we have another solution of negative 2. And of course, x to the third is equal to 0 when x is equal to 0. So basically, we have 3 solutions. We have 2, negative 2, or you can write it down as plus or minus 2, and then 0. Although this has that exponent of 3. So this last solution of 0 has multiplicity 3. So we have solution of 2, negative 2, and then 0 is repeated, multiplicity 3. And we get, of course, the possible 5 that the equation calls for. So 2, negative 2, and 0. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.